Well, so to qualify for this aid, Greece must get Europe's highest budget deficit under control, it seems. Now, joining us now from London to discuss this is Lombard Street Research Chairman Dumas. Charles, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Now, there are two conflicting messages here. It does seem that on the one hand, the European Union is saying we have the confidence in Greece that it can keep this under control. But at the same time, they really were trying to reassure the markets. The European Union almost saying, don't mess with us because we are ready to do something.
Yes, well, I think there is a lot of confusion and there's probably quite a lot of division within the European councils. I think we have Angela Merkel and maybe Trichet very much in the hawkish camp, if you like, and probably Mr. Sarkozy and some others in the more dovish camp. And so far they haven't been called on to do anything, and they've managed to spook the markets into reducing the Greek spread. So in that sense it's been quite successful, but we'll see how things go. The main concern for me, of course, is that the basic thrust of everything will be more deflation in a Europe which has very little growth in it anyway.
Now, Charles, we do have this political statement of intent, if it were today. Then the finance ministers are coming to Brussels Monday and Tuesday. There's talk, a EU official telling Bloomberg that actually there may be talk of some kind of lifeline, some kind of fund for countries in trouble. Are you expecting anything like this?
Yes, I think ultimately they will have to do a little bit more to demonstrate support than just sort of say that we're right behind you, as I believe Mr. Sarkozy has just explained that they've sent a message to the world. Well, actually, they haven't sent a message to the world. And as your correspondent just said, so far it's just words. So they'll need to do something sooner or later.
So, Dumas, it's Margaret Brennan here at Bloomberg headquarters in New York. We have seen headlines from Jean-Claude Trichet saying that he welcomes the EU pledge to take coordinated action if needed. What does that mean?
Well, I think it means that Trichet has had to sort of shift a little bit from his former position, which is that Greece is on its own and has to solve its own problems.
So why do these deficits matter? I mean, when do they matter? Why do they matter right now?
Well, they matter because they're very difficult to finance because these countries have no growth and no growth prospects because they're overvalued hugely in the euro because they've had inflation for 7 or 8 years, much higher than Germany's, and indeed than core Europe in general, including France and Benelux in that category. And in the case of the Greeks and the Spanish, they've also had much faster growth.
Charles, we're not going to see a default by any of these countries, are we?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we will see a default. I would think a much more likely scenario is that there is some kind of papering over the cracks for the next couple of years, but the deficits and the very poor growth and the extremely high likely unemployment in these countries is not going to go away, and the need for more loans will also not go away, so the position will gradually erode over time.
All right, Charles, thank you so much. Charles Dumas there, Lombard Street Research Chairman.